Welcome back to the Queen's Panel. Joining me today, we have Muka Mima and reviews and recap. Gigi Nan will be coming in very soon. So, guys, at this point, I don't know, maybe we should draw the curtains, I'm tired. What was your overall view of the episode before we get into what happened?
It was blah.
Like honestly, I I considered not coming today because I was like, seriously, like what was the whole point? Like it was such, oh my goodness. I'm so tired of this whole season. They need to just pack up and like take a break for like 3 years because this ain't it.
Like,
Mm-mm.
just put the curtains, draw it, I succeed. Like, it's over at this point because I don't know how they're going to say it. But anyways, let's go into the episode because we're being suspect. Jesus. At some point, I'm like, are we working on Ralph and Drew? They showed us all the procedure, like how she shot the video, her sister and Ralph's drama, her mom. Basically, without Drew, this episode would have been shit.
At this point, literally, she
But what do you
carried the.
think about the? Are you
I
saying
thought
something?
I was gonna say, do you know what? You ask your question before I get into it first. You go first, ask the question, and then I'll say what I think.
My own is that watching the whole thing. Okay, let's just start from the end. So Drew and Ralph were in the kitchen. Obviously, she was talking about how her sister was coming on. And we all know that her sister has never been a fan of Ralph. She has always felt like it was snaky. She has always felt like it was lying and it was not like true to Drew. I mean, at the end of the day, it was proven to be true, looking at the way he treated her. And I mean, they're divorced currently. So now they had like a rough relationship. Now, what really got me was the fact that he said he banned the sister. I'm like,
I know. Did we know before she had a sister?
I didn't even.
I didn't.
I didn't know she had a sister.
Same here. I did not know that. And I was just like, but Ralph is acting like the sister lied. Like what did
Mm-hmm.
she say that was a lie?
Right,
You're
right.
controlling and manipulative. We've watched and
Mhm.
seen you do that to her
Yep,
since
we
day
sure
one.
did.
Did she lie? No. So what's your issue? Uh,
I think because, you know, when you are doing something and someone calls you out, it's actually painful. Like, let's not be hypocrites here. If I am stealing, if I am wicked, and someone's like, oh, Uche, you're wicked. I'm like, no, I'm not wicked. And as human beings, we try to protect ourselves from the truth. I say the truth is painful. The
yeah.
truth is like very
Hmm.
hurtful. And that's the same thing. I think the reason why Drew was also in acceptance of her sister being kicked out and her sister being like thrown out of the whole apartment was because she also accepted what her sister said. And she's like, oh, if people that are saying the truth are around me too much, I will be forced to recognize the truth. I'll be forced to accept that Ralph is treating me like shit. And so most times we try to guide our hearts from the truth. We try to guide ourselves from like everything. We try to like protect ourselves from seeing what we can see. So I do understand why she accepted it, but I felt like that was a shitty move. Like your husband barring your family members. It's not like she's coming to leave. It's not like she's coming to do anything, but you just sat there and was like, oh, I don't want your sister to be there. You just accepted
I personally think he wanted to go back to Tampa and just needed an excuse. So as soon
Hmm.
heard she was coming over, he's like, well, I don't want to be here. Like, guy, you don't even want to be here in the first place. Like, let's not use the sister now as an excuse. You know you don't want to be home. So yeah. And what was interesting to me was the fact that like it it just seemed like Drew actually needed her sister. And I think if Drew was being honest, I think there were lots of things going on in the background at this around this time that she wasn't showing on the show, because it just gave the impression like a countenance with Ralph. I don't know if you guys picked up on it. I just felt like something was off. and just watching them, yes, I know we know the divorce is playing out right now, but still it was like there was something off about them. And Ralph exhausts me because in a way it just seems like he was trying to take everyone away from Drew,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
or not want Drew to have her sister around. If you noticed, if you remember, Ralph and her mother used to get into it as well. So it just feels like when you're trying to be controlling, you don't want anyone else around. You want to be able to have this person all to yourself, so they're like entangled in your web. And I think that's exactly what Ralph was doing. Um, and in terms of Drew, I feel like part of the reason why she put up with the nonsense was because she felt like she had to, in the sense that, like, imagine growing up with parents who have been married for that long, 60 years.
Right.
That is long. That's like longer than I've ever been alive. Right? Like, seriously, that is a long time. And so imagine growing up in that sort of household. That creates an expectation where you feel like no matter what happens in a marriage, I can't divorce now. My parents have been married for 60 years. I'm sure things happened or whatnot. Like, and they just stay together. So I feel like that is where it is coming from, because I don't know if you guys watched What Happens Live with Andy and Drew. It was just so upsetting. Like, she couldn't even, when she was talking about her marriage, you could tell she was still very distraught. She
She
really wanted
is
this to
because
work.
she really liked this man.
She did. But this man is such a, oh my goodness.
I didn't watch it. I have to watch it.
You have to, honestly.
Really?
I almost cried watching her, and I'm not a crier. Like, I felt so deeply for her. You could just tell. So sad.
Wow. Yeah, he.
Because I was like, he was really fake this episode. When his sister
Mhm.
was crying out, oh my God, she has finally done what she wants to do. And then he came over to hug her. I was like, oh, come on, please. I know you don't even mean that. Like, it was
That
very
was
obvious
so
you did
funny.
not mean anything you were doing. Like, come on, dude, please.
That was he was so phony because we know her sister would have told her really what was really up with him in Tampa, just like the ladies on the show told her when he had left and gone to Tampa. And she just wants to be married, wants to have a family so much like what her parents had. Like reviews said that she didn't want to give up the marriage. And if you're one place and your partner is another, like you have no control. You have no control over it. He's going to do what he wants to do. And right now, while all this is going on, he was plotting and planning his exit
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
the whole time, plotting and planning his exit. And it's so cringy to watch it. It's just really cringy because we know what was going on while this was being filmed. It's
Yeah,
a
I
shame.
actually don't think they are in an alliance. I just think Carlos just has a bias against Candy. And this is even coming from someone that I don't even like Candy. I even want her off the show. But I just think Carlos needs to like clear its bias. Like, come on. Without
You know
Candy,
what?
they would have lost the season.
I hope Carlos
Let's
sees
just
this.
be honest.
Carlos, mind your damn business. Focus on your own shows, especially Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is going down the drain. And you got this new show that has a lot of potential. Focus on that. Mind your business. I'm
Did you
so
see what
sick of
Ashley
Carlos.
said? Ashley was like, oh, so without infidelity, the show cannot be interesting. I was like,
Oh,
clock
who
that,
said
Key.
that? Who said that? Ashley?
Ashley, yes. I was like,
Big
I'm going to do
forehead
a video on
Ashley?
that later on because I'm like,
Ashley
that's actually
Darby said
true.
that? Ashley
Yes.
Darby? You know what?
No, Ashley Brittany from DC.
Oh,
Because she's like, they are trying to force them to like bring everything up to the table and everything. But it's true. Like, everybody's like, oh, we need to watch Detroit because it's the same storyline with Huntsville. The first episode, they're already talking about cheating. They're already talking about this person doing this. They're already talking about this person doing that. I'm like, okay,
no,
maybe you might as well face the love of marriage
that
Huntsville or
happens a
something
lot.
this
That
person.
happens a lot in marriages. That's a big thing that happens a lot and all that kind of stuff. But Ashley, she needs to mind her business because her show is about to be canceled.
Thrown.
It's about to be canceled. So she can I liked Ashley, but she could shut up with that one. And if you see this, Ashley, shut up.
I mean, she's contributing to their problems.
They
But I
need
get it. Imagine a new show just coming up and people are like, oh, maybe Detroit is going to be better than DC. So I will be
it
pissed.
is gonna be better than DC.
Yeah, it
Because I
definitely
decided
is.
to start reviewing it because I was like, this has some potential.
Mm-hmm. But
But that
actually, I liked the music video. I wish you guys watched it. It now feels like I'm the only one who watched it. Like after I watched the episode, I was like, okay, let me go check out the music video. Although it was giving cheap vibes, but I was like, okay, okay, let me see what you
Oh,
guys are working with. And
you
then
know, I said
every
I
like
have to
the
watch it.
first scene was legit Ralph. I was like,
oh,
like
okay.
Ralph was all over everywhere. I could not
And
even look
him,
anywhere without seeing Ralph.
I can't lie. If I was Drew, I would be so petty. I would get someone in. I will get them to do some edits and edit Ralph out completely if I can, and put someone else in. And that would get him so upset. He would be pissed off. That's what I would do just because I'm petty like that.
Yeah, because he definitely shot and became the model so that he can get royalties from that music. There's nothing
Hmm.
anybody can tell me. Because why would you want to just do all that? It's crazy.
Now,
But yeah,
why in
I
the
love.
let me ask you, why in the title do you have Kenya brings nothing? Was that the title of the episode or you put that in there?
What you said.
Sorry, say that again.
We couldn't hear you.
Oh, I said repeat yourself.
I said you in the title you have there Kenya brings nothing.
She does not because she brought nothing to. Last
This season,
episode,
he hasn't really done much, to be honest.
She wasn't even, was she in this she was in this episode only at the skating rink, right?
Hmm.
yeah, nothing this entire season. Like I wanted us to talk about because she was doing a lot of talking on Twitter.
But you know what though? I think it's that they're not editing her in enough.
But what will happen?
They're putting a lot of Sonya in there, which Sonya's boring.
Yeah, they're trying to force Sanya down our throats.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Kenya's storyline has run its course, and I think it's time for her to bow out gracefully.
I think they're pushing
She's had a
Sonya.
nice run, to be honest. She has had a nice long run with. Maybe she just needs to be put on pause
No, they could put,
unless she has
they
something else.
need they need to get rid of Sonya and Marlo.
Oh yeah. That's a
Marlo
given.
needs to be gone.
Yeah, like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
But I actually like how all of them came about, and they were actually promoting the video on Twitter. Everybody were like sharing links and like, okay, one positive thing that came out of the show because not much has been coming out from this show anyway. I'm positivity, and I've legit not seen any.
Because this
Oh,
episode
Gigi,
was
Gigi is at the. I didn't even know, Gigi. I'm so sorry. I did not know you were at the back.
because
Hey, lady.
Hi, Gigi.
hey Gigi, this episode was too Marlo heavy for me.
Honey, that's what I said.
Too
Listen,
Marlo
Marlo did
heavy.
not disappoint with being Marlo because what in the world? And then you have the nerve to say that Drew was fake? Baby,
Mhm.
look in the mirror, honey, because you was fake as hell.
The only person that was fake was her, to be honest, this
Mhm.
whole season.
The whole season.
But
Marlo
Drew
is
needed
too
to
doing too
calm
much.
down. Drew needed to calm down too. Like,
Listen, Drew,
she was being too much.
Drew was on her
Drew
thing,
was like,
okay?
"This is my opportunity, honey. I am gonna say it all the way.
Mhm.
You're
Yep.
not in front of
I'm
me.
gonna
You're
say
not gonna
I
scream
was
in
here
my
for it because
face."
Right. The fact that when Marlo called and was like, "Oh, Drew's finna be fake," and she thought that Drew was finna kiss her ass and suck her toes
Mhm.
at the same fucking time, and when she called and Drew was like, "Hey, what's going on? I feel like you acting some kind of way." That's when Marlo was like, "Oh, damn. Nah, she really coming at me real. She's holding me accountable for the shit that's going on." So
Yep.
now she needs to apologize, and she didn't like that shit. And Marlo wanted to be on some fake shit and hang up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like Drew did too much. I feel like Drew was woman about her shit and was like, Marlo, now that I have a chance and opportunity to call you or talk to you, I'm gonna ask you straight up, what's up? If we can connect, let's connect. If we can be real, let's be real. You
But
know
we
what I'm
just
saying?
got in there.
I'm here for Drew. I felt like Drew did what she should have did.
Let's chill. We've jumped like 500 steps.
But
I
yeah,
think the
okay. So
only
on the
let's
screen
talk
we
about
talking about the
the
Rhoa
only
party.
interesting part of the episode. We watched Sheree and Candy. So Sheree and her business partner faking some meeting, talking about the whole children's clothes and everything. And then she texts Candy that, oh, we didn't have a time to chat during the peace meeting, so let's meet around and chat. And all of a sudden, they are meeting. At the beginning, they were like throwing healthy shades. And then Sheree starts complaining about the whole comment about her, she by Sheree, saying that, oh, Candy never even bought anything from her. And then she was saying that she does not have any orders, that she's faking it, blah, blah, blah. And she hits Candy with that, oh, but I came to buy something from you. I also tried to, up, what's the word? I also tried to patronize you, and it took like 3 hours for me to get my order. And then she's like, oh, but at least you got what you wanted. And then they
Mm-hmm.
started going back and forth. It's like, okay.
The thing
One thing
is,
that really got me was the fact that Candy kept saying she by shine.
I was
Mm-hmm.
like, she is listening to all of us, man. She really is, because
Mm-hmm.
it is she by shine, to be completely honest. And also, am I the one that was a bit irritated with this scene? I was like, can you guys stop speaking over each other so I can hear you guys read each other? Like, take it in steps. Like, pass the baton or something. Like, I need to hear what you guys are saying. It was a bit annoying. I couldn't really hear. It was like speaking over each other. That was so annoying.
But
But
when
yeah, she by Shein just needs to cut it out. Did you notice she said she wasn't even making a profit? How you
Yes,
finna
she
make
That
profit?
is
actually
what got
opened her
me.
mouth and disgraced herself because why would you say yes? You told me to buy in bulk and then slap my logo, but then I didn't want to do it then, so now I'm doing it now. So nobody was lying. Like we calling you she by shine is not a lie because you're definitely a she by shine. And I'm actually sure that she by AliExpress because AliExpress is cheaper.
Yep. And even at
Yeah.
that, it's like, of course, if you want people to buy from you, people don't mind that it's she by Shein. People would still happily support her if she put reasonable prices on. But you can't have unreasonable prices and then be like, oh, you want support. Who's going to support you?
right.
I'm not going to buy a t-shirt for a
Right.
hundred and something dollars. For what? Why would I do that?
Like
It's
that's
true.
what
I
I
know the
said. Why am I
quality.
gonna buy
Yeah.
something that I'm gonna sweat in? I'm about to like no something that if I know that if I wash it, the thread's gonna come apart. It's gonna be holey. I'm not gonna be able to wear it again because her fabrics look like they are going to fall apart in the washer. It just looks like it's gonna turn to dust. Like it just looks like that fabric is gonna make you itch. You gonna have a reaction. Like no. No. And then you want $274 and that's damn near just for the top. Girl, you better go on somewhere.
Not even like the full outfit, just the top. Like in this economic crisis where people are trying to make ends meet, you're making people pay that exorbitant amount.
And that's why she will not make profits. And I'm not even trying to
Oh,
curse
it's
her
true. She
out.
said she has not made profit, and
She
that's
ain't
like
gonna.
I thought
people
that
are
it was
looking at the
shady as hell when the
timeline.
producer asked her that. When she was asked that, I thought that was shade and I laughed. I was like, ooh. So are you making a profit? I laughed. I
Because
was
I
like,
know
what's she gonna
no
say?
one in their right mind will buy the outfits. I'm just saying. Like only Mattel. Mattel probably even got it for free. Like, so let's cut it out. No
So why
one
are
is
you making
buying
a
it.
business and why are you adding more stock if you are not making anything? Because in like if we're looking at it business wise, you are supposed to make at least every like you are supposed to have paid your capital back in 6 months' time. And if we're looking at the timeline, 6 months has already like passed, and girl, you've not
Hmm.
made any profits. What's going on?
When you calculate all that stuff, you need to calculate your losses into that. You need to have all of that stuff already calculated when you go into business. Okay, if it's going to take you a year to get stuff off the ground, calculate how much product you are going to need to put out and how long it's going to take you to get revenue in. Like, girl, it has been what, 14 years they said or some shit?
Yeah.
Girl, you no, honey. You are nah. There's no way in hell that it's been that long and you're not making any profit. No,
It's
baby,
not
you're not doing
selling.
something right.
It's not selling. And that's the bottom line. It's not selling.
And then
How
you're
would
not
it
trying to change.
sell? If
You're
it's
not
very
trying, but then
impossible
you're
to
not trying to
sell.
even change your selling point. You're not even trying to change like your marketing strategy. You're not trying to hire people who can actually do this for you to make your with your name alone, baby. You should be selling stuff. It
She
should be
doesn't like to
selling.
pay. She doesn't like to pay people. If you don't like to pay people, no one is going to work for you for free.
At all.
So yeah, she's going to continue to struggle until she decides to reduce the prices of the merch, because it is merch. You're not
It's
giving
a
us anything.
match.
It
Like
is.
her and Sanya, they are not doing anything different. They
Yeah,
both sell merches. And
and it's
Sanya's one is quite affordable.
exactly. And I looked at Sonia's one. I think one of the hoodies was kind of cute. I was like, okay, not bad, not bad. It's not expensive, so yeah, fine. But like, if it's too expensive, I know the quality is trash. You're trash. You don't pay your staff. Like, why would I want to give you my money?
But she was actually spitting facts in some points. Because when she like called out Candy for like putting out a bad review about her shopping and everything, about saying that, oh, she does not have what she wants in stock. Yes, don't come for me. I get it that she does not have everything in stock and that she made people work some things on like or show, and she didn't have it in stock anyways. And that's bad business. But when you look at it, Candy has 10.4 million followers, plus or minus the fake ones. And then she has some sort of like reputation in the business world, and you guys are like castmates. Now it will give more backing to people saying, oh, this business is shit. We don't need to patronize Sheree. We don't need to buy anything. So in a way, she's sort of having like or putting like a negative tag to Sheree's business. And as much as people try to say, yeah, Sheree's business is this, Sheree's business is trash. If you guys say that you are friends, take some accountability. No matter how much I hate you, I'm not gonna go out of my way to make a public video. I'm like, oh my god, Shiba Shine. This is the
I
because
would be.
that video actually went out and it went viral.
Mhm. But that being said, you know what I think it is? I think Candy did it as payback for, how last season Sheree was constantly in conversations with Marlo, backing Marlo up about Candy, all that stuff. I think it's payback. I actually think it was intentional. I don't I know she was trying, like, it was given the, oh, why I didn't do that. No, girl, you know exactly what you did. Because if anyone was coming for your business, you will not appreciate that. We all know this. You like to talk about securing the bag. You're not going to be cool if someone is talking about your business in that way. Why are you so upset about at Marlo is because you feel like Marlo is trying to paint your reputation in a negative light.
And you are doing the same thing. And
Exactly.
you're
So,
telling her to laugh that she needs to take a joke. Why don't
mm-mm.
you laugh? Like, let's not be hypocrites here. I called out Marlo for what she did, so I'm going to call you out for what you're doing. You can't tell me to laugh when you're basically rubbishing my image, rubbishing my business, regardless of how terrible my business is. You are doing something bad.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
Joe and Sheree should at least have a replacement for Marley. Probably. Yeah. Also, I want to talk about something. So Sheree came on Twitter and she was like, the whole argument was being downsized. That it was a whole lot worse than what we saw. Let me show you. So she came on Twitter and she was like, oh, they had like an hour of arguments and they should just like reduce the whole thing to about
They're not gonna give us an hour of argument anyway,
3 minutes.
Like,
No, what she said was like, let's read our tweet. She said, child, that conversation was over an hour. Definitely was more worse than what you all saw. And then she retweeted someone and she quoted someone's tweet saying exactly this is what I'm saying. And if you read what the person was saying, the person said, Candy, the huge character, Candy's huge character flaw is she never sees anything wrong with anything she does or say. I think that's the person who say. She doesn't understand how she's shading as I am Sheree's business is BS. Or if it were done to her business, she would have like gone up. But I'm like, if it was worse than what we saw and it was more than an hour of arguments, why didn't they show us that? Because I did notice the disconnect between them arguing and then apologizing and then the laughter. I'm like, this is not flowing correctly. What is happening exactly? Why are they cutting pieces that are not really well arranged? I did notice that the argument was just like sudden.
I think, to be honest, Candy is in good graces with the producers. And so I think they're not going to edit her in a way that looks totally bad. And I think that's what that is. I think that it is complete BS. Like I said, I feel like it's completely intentional what she did to Sheree. But if that's the case, stand in your truth and own it, right? And if you don't want to apologize, don't apologize. And if you apologize, mean it, right? And so I think there is no way, also, bear in mind, it's an hour footage, so there's no way they're going to show us all of that. But at the same time, if they cut out the bits that really show us who Candy is, or at least how that argument took place, then they should have at least kept enough for us to be able to make a good assessment, as opposed to it just seeming like they were all just screaming over each other and we didn't even hear what they were really talking about. So, yeah.
I feel like with that, if that was the case, then make that the main point of the episode. Like if that it was that long and that big of a deal, that should have been the main point because there wasn't really there wasn't much to the show. Like okay, that was Candy and Sheree's argument. Kind of was like what made the episode. Yeah, Drew's party skate, her roller skating thing and her sister coming was a big deal and it was very sad. And I actually love the fact that Ralph hugged her, and was able to do all that and get past his own feelings. But that is a big point. Like we all want to know about, She by Sheen. We all want to know what's going we got called. We all want to know what's going on with that. You know what I'm saying?
Sheree, got
Uh,
you.
She by Sheree. Okay, we all want to know what's going on with that. We want to know what's going on with the shade and Candy and what how Sheree felt about that. Sheree's been saying it, but this is like their time of talking and addressing that whole situation. Make that the whole point of the episode. If it was that long, we could have actually felt it more. Maybe it would have been more entertaining. It would have had more depth. It would have been more of a conversation piece instead of it being that little part. That's what I would think.
Well, as they say, when you are the industry pets, you are strong enough. So
Yep. That's why
they're
she's the
definitely not
highest
gonna.
paid so far. That's why she's
But
the highest.
that's why they say they definitely trying to make Candy work for her peach.
Hmm.
Mhm.
She definitely is working this season, I have to say.
Ooh, the girls are dragging her left, right, center.
Mhm. She's probably going to be sitting right next to Andy at the reunion.
I'll be shocked if Marla is not the one. With the amount of lies she has stood.
Oh, Marlo annoys me. Anyway.
Marlo, listen, y'all. I am not at home right now, so I cannot. Oh, listen. Y'all know I need my peace pipe. It's okay. Go ahead. Let's go. Let's go. Marlo,
So Marlo and
Marlo.
Sonia meet each other, and Sonia starts her sob story about every single time how she's the only one that sees some parts of Marlo that nobody sees, and that every time Marlo meets the girls, a new her comes out and she's always screaming and shouting, and how she wishes the girls can really meet the real her every single time. And then she's like, Marlo goes, "Oh, I wanted Candy to acknowledge. I wanted her to apologize to my sister for what we do not know." And then Sanya's like,
Mhm.
"Yes, she really needs to apologize, but you need to let it go." And she's like, "Yes, I'm going to let it go so that we can have some peace. That I really wanted to talk, but did you see the way they were treating me? Blah, blah, blah. Girl, do you know the reason why they're treating you like that?"
Milo is a perpetual victim.
Yeah.
She
And
thrives. Is a attention seeking. Sorry, go ahead.
no, like seriously, she really is. And we saw when she went to Candy's house, Candy hugged her. Candy gave condolences. Candy said the I'm sorries. This situation did had nothing to do with Candy. I feel like she honestly was expecting Candy to pay for the funeral type shit. Like this had nothing to do with Candy. Leave her out of it. Why are you steady acting like this is Candy's doing or she had like no. Like, leave Candy alone when it comes to that. Like, do you have some guilt or regret when it like? There's something with her that she's feeling like regretful about that she's trying to project onto to Candy in some type of way. Like, just because your nephew worked there at some point in time, he did not work there at that time.
Right.
So, like, stop it.
Hmm. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Because why does she need to apologize? Like that sentence just keeps playing in my head brain. Why
For
does Candy need
what?
to apologize to your sister? I really want to understand. Did Candy carry the gun? Did Candy shoot your cousin? What exactly happened that she needs to apologize for? I just do not get it.
Like it wasn't Candy's family who did it. Candy had nothing to do with it. It wasn't in Candy's spot. Candy wasn't there. Candy didn't organize it. Like why is it Candy's obligation to go talk to your sister? Why?
Like you're like she's acting like her and Candy were like best friends and they all grew up together, including her nephew and her sister. You know what I mean? Like it's giving family
Right.
friends sort of vibe. Like, hers is- and that expectation is so far beyond me. Like I don't even know how they came up with that. And the fact that like people endorse and encourage her, like I just can't believe it. I'm like, what are you watching? Are we watching the same show?
I feel like she's acting like, oh, we known each other 10 years. I'm like, I feel like those 10 years have been like show 10 years. Like, you've known her 10 years on the show, girl. Like, this hasn't been no outside. We're friends. You've been invited to the cookout, birthday party, Christmas, baby's baptism. Like, there's none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't, there's no real close friendship like that. I don't,
Mm-mm.
girl, y'all are not friends like that.
No, Marlo does a lot of putting on and whatnot, and it's all a whole bunch of cap. She needs to stop it. And Sonia, there's only a matter of time till Marlo starts in on you.
Sanya just needs to go
Yeah.
because she's trying to save Marlo. She needs to wear a cape. I
Mhm.
don't understand
Yes.
it. Like way,
Say
the
that
way she's,
again.
honestly, it's just mad. Like
Mhm.
why do you feel like? Remember at the sit down, she kept saying, "Oh, Candy, what Marlo is shut up." Like,
Mhm.
what do you know? Are you in Marlo's mind? You know, like, what is your problem? And then saying, "Oh, the Marlo that I see," I'm like, "Shut up, girl.
Like you're the
Shut up."
only one always seeing things. Like
Like
multiple
you don't
ladies have a
even
problem
know
with
the
this
real
girl, but
Marlo.
you're the
Like
only one always seeing things. Like it's just really like it's exhausting.
I know.
what do you really know about Marlo? Like wait till she turns around on you, then you be acting like, oh, I should have listened because Marlo it's just a matter of time.
Mhm.
She's turned on every last one of them. Just wait.
I really
Wait
hope.
your turn, honey.
And
I
did you see
cannot
the way
wait to
she
see
talked
it.
about the flowers? Oh my God. She was like, did you hear the thing about the flowers? She was like, F the flowers, and that means F my cousin. I was like, my
Yeah.
brain was doing all the permutations. Like I was trying to understand how that sentence related to F your cousin. I was trying to understand. Like,
Like, how did you
how?
get there?
Because she's stupid.
Because she's trying to find some type of correlation between the two. She's trying to put it together. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. She could have been like, oh, you know what? Fuck that hard ass toilet paper that's in this bathroom at the restaurant. And she would have been like, you know what? My nephew used the same kind of toilet paper once, and she been like, girl, chill the fuck out. Calm down, girl. Calm down, killer. Like, that's seriously how it is. Like, chill out. There's like, stop it. Just really stop it, Marlo. Candy has nothing to do with your nephew or his passing. Condolences to you, but honestly, let him rest in peace. Right now, you are causing, like, you are making things bad that do not have to be bad.
Yeah.
Like, let him rest.
Like using him to play, using him for a storyline, and keep referring to his mother over and over. Like, girl, you're making this. Yeah, they do turn on each other. And I think between this show and Love Marriage Huntsville, I don't even know which one is more toxic, but I think this one takes the cake.
Yeah, I think this one takes the cake.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like it's Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? So we expect toxicity, but we expect some fun. And I feel like the fun part is what's missing. Like we're getting all the toxicity, but no fun. And
Yeah.
that's what the problem is. Like normally there's always a little bit of a balance where there's like the lightheartedness and then you get the drama. But then now it's like the drama is exhausting. It's just too much.
They're giving us the snippets. That's what the fun is now, is these little 10-second snippets. Like, what? I don't know. What is going on? Because did y'all realize that, like, these little snip clips that we got this round? This
Yeah,
is even worse than last episode.
it seemed to me like where are all these? I was like, where are these commercials keep coming from? I was saying that to myself because it seemed like we got a lot of commercials.
The commercials, it felt like they were coming like every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I
it
had to
did.
skip.
Right.
It really did, and
I
I
had
said
to
that to
skip. I was like, what
myself.
the hell is going on?
Yeah,
I
they,
actually thought
yeah.
like I mistakenly clicked on something else and I was watching a different show for like a second. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, nah, the ads.
But I thought it was only me because I was like, wait, what? It just came off commercial. Why is it back on commercial? And then why is it only giving like little clips, like really fast clips of nothing? Like, I don't understand. Oh, and then Marlo and this, oh girl, this blind date. Hold on, let's address this hoe when she was like, oh my God, I haven't been on a date. What if he touches my butt?
That shit was fake as hell. The date
Marlo,
was a
you used to
whole
be Marlo, you
commercial.
used to be a hoe,
The
remember? You
date,
used to get paid for this shit.
the
Shut up.
man was
Yeah,
just advertising his restaurant. They were showing every single aspect of the restaurant. I'm like, focus on the date. Hello.
and
He
when
was
And the
introducing
Right,
their dishes, telling us all what they do. And when I heard it was a restaurant owner, I was like, come on, who's going to believe
right,
these lies?
she said no
right.
more than
Plug.
between my legs in 4 years, I'm like, you liar. Some old man has been in there. Stop the
Yeah.
lie.
I
Yeah,
mean,
girl,
that's
stop
not the
it. You
only
have not
sex
been,
tax.
you have not.
Child, you don't need to open your legs these days to have sex, anyways.
Yeah, I was like,
Mhm.
girl.
Marlo has been around. She knows. And like Funky Dineva said, he learned from Marlo. Listen, leave the money on the dresser. No matter what, when you come in, you leave the money on the dresser. So she knows.
Yep. Been run through so many times. Child, please. Coming up with that one.
And
I
that
swear.
fake phone call that she did, I can't get over that fake phone call. You wanted to talk stuff to Sonya, talking about how fake Drew was and how she was gonna be so fake on this phone call,
If you
but you
knew she
called
was
her
going to
so
be
fake.
fake, why
Hey,
did you call her?
beautiful.
It's
Hey,
like you ended up looking fake,
girl.
being the fake ass that you
Yeah.
are.
Did
I
some
like
of
I
the
don't
fakest
get
it's
it.
ever.
If you feel someone is going to be fake, why do you call them? I really don't understand the thought process of this woman. If I feel someone doesn't like me, if I feel someone has like hatred towards me, I will try to avoid communication with this person. But you intentionally called her, and then Drew on her own was just like very hyper, like, girl, calm down. She was like, well, you know what
Right.
happened the last time? I'm like,
Girl, I'm not gonna lie to you. Someone was screaming in my face. Next, if you call me, you're getting all the smoke, honey. So I'm
Mhm.
just saying, getting
Especially if
all
you
the
call me
smoke.
out the blue after all that. Listen, I'm gonna want to know why you calling me too. Hello. What was
Mm-hmm.
all that about? What's going on? Because I haven't talked to you, so why are you calling? And like I said, Drew asking the questions that she did and came at her real like, yo, we can talk about this and be real. We can apologize and be real, and we, you know what I'm saying, and be good. So I was here for what Drew said. Drew came at her like a real woman, and that was that. Marlo was all fake and shit, thought that Drew was gonna come to her with some fake energy and kiss ass, but she didn't. And Marlo couldn't take it, so she had to hang up and continue to be the fake bitch that she is,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
allegedly and in my
speak about
opinion.
her. Marlo is like, I was like, and the way she was insulting her, you got it. I'm like, girl,
And then started talking about her body. I'm like, you
Yeah.
your
guys,
husband doesn't
you,
even want me. He wants this deliciousness. If men actually wanted you, you would not be childless, single at that age.
oh,
Mhm.
oh, oh.
Oh, mm.
Right, like what
I
was the
speak the
insult
truth.
for? Like, damn, that was like just because damn, it was just so left pocket. Like, okay, mad or no?
You have to pick their picture of all of them. Do you have that picture? Put that. Do you have that to put up?
Which one?
The one with all of them. Do you have that picture? Because Drew's body is not no. She don't have a bad. She's not bad built
Oh,
or nothing like
is it
that.
the when they were in the skating rink?
Or even the picture of them holding their peaches. You have any picture with all of
Let
them?
me see. Let me
Because I
from
went back
let
and
me
I
check
looked
the one from last episode.
or anything. I'm like, Drew is not bad built. Like, what the heck is she talking about? Because Drew had on them little short things for the skating video and everything. I'm like, Marlo sounds stupid. She's always wearing those little sheer things and all that stuff when she needs to take some of that stuff off. Drew is not bad. She's not bad built at all.
Let me even check her Instagram. I think her Instagram is the best place to go to, actually. Because I'm sure she would have posted something to prove Marlo wrong. You know,
Oh,
how they
yeah.
always do. She doesn't really have that much followers. I'm shocked.
And thank God Courtney didn't talk this week.
Whew, with that her bad voice, like God, sounds like
Oh, child. Yeah, yeah, that's enough for me. I can't.
Listen, right about now, Courtney and Candy can go the hell on. Not Candy, but Courtney and Kenya, because Kenya, I'm sorry, this season you not giving nothing, girl. Look at that. Yes,
nothing. I don't know how people want to sell it. She's giving us
She looked good.
nothing.
Yeah, Drew's a
Drew
beautiful,
look,
looked
like
Drew got it going on.
gorgeous.
mm-hmm.
Did you see her face without makeup? She looks gorgeous. Such a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful
Yeah,
woman.
she is pretty.
She's been beautiful since she was young. Like she's always, you know what I'm saying, kept herself together.
Mhm.
And she does know how to act. She can act her ass off and sing.
Mhm.
But you know, sometimes it be the ones that don't have what you have. That's the jealous ones. They, you know, the envious ones. Because Marlo, we know you don't want to be doing what you're doing at the age of damn near 60.
And Drew is only 38 years old.
I
Mhm.
mean, she has achieved everything you've never achieved. She has
Mm-hmm.
Right.
gotten married. Albert's divorced. She has children. You have none. Even if you want to count your cousins, but they're like your sister's children anyway, so they're not yours. So,
Right.
so she's complete. You are not.
Right. Like, and then you sitting there talking about you going on this date with this young man, and of
Okay.
course, honey, all he thinking about is sex. And
The
you
man was
know,
advertising himself. What sex? Please.
right? He was advertising exactly. He was advertising himself, his restaurant. That's why he let it be known that this is his restaurant.
Is this how you sit on a date with your hands like this?
Look, that's the
It's
homie right
giving
there.
like huge masculine energy. Was not feeling
Very
it at all.
masculine.
I was just like, oh, what are you guys going to bump fists now? Like, what's going on?
That's
Very-
the homie right there. Like we cool, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
who's got the bigger one, him or her?
mm-mm.
Comparing, you got. I get the whole we've gone to jail sort of thing, but that's not a flex. I'm sorry, that's not a
Nothing.
flex.
We have that in common. Like, shut up.
Mhm.
So I won't get judged. Nobody really gets judged for going to jail these days.
Mm-mm.
So stop that lie.
Unless you're constantly going to jail. Like most people don't care. Like if you're constantly going to jail, then that's different. Like, but yeah, no.
Wait, people
Please.
always
Wow.
hating on us Chicagans. Kenya tried to act like Drew did not accomplish much. Yes, I really did not like
Mm,
the way they were
I did not like
talking
that.
down on the whole music video. I
It's
called
her
it
first
cheap,
one.
but it was actually fun to watch because I
And
watched
listen,
the
I'm
whole
from the
thing.
Midwest. Midwest, we are all about skating, okay? Skating is a way of life. You better stop playing. I don't care if you are the age of 2 all the way up to 200 if you can make it. Honey, you will be skating. Skating
Yeah,
is a way of life.
that's definitely a Midwest thing. That's
But
definitely.
I didn't like the
So
way we
I,
were
I
like, oh,
definitely did not like
she's
how they
looking
try
so
to come for it. Like, oh,
trashy with
it's
those
cute and
wigs and everything. I
stuff.
was like, come on. All of them are fake. I feel like this is the reason why they are all not like true with their feelings within each other. Sorry, amongst each other. Everybody tries to like put on this facade of, oh, I like this person, so we're just going to do this. That's why the next season alliances change because nobody's like being 100% honest with each other, and it's just like give and take. But
Yeah,
okay,
there's a whole, yeah, they're all fake and they want to act like, it's always like a one up. You got to one up the other one. You got to be better than, you got to do better than, you got to, instead of embracing each other, coming together, trying to hold each other as one, you know what I'm saying? And embrace each other. Instead of looking at each other's flaws, let's embrace them and let's try to figure out how we can make those flaws better and create wealth inside of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, wealth is not just products. It's wealth and knowledge, wealth and you know what I'm saying, knowing yourself, knowing each other. Like, let's love each other. Let's love on each other. Like, stop all this hatred. We got to stop that, especially as women and colored women. This has got to be a thing. We have to love more.
uh, and this shows just like portray us like as if we're all crazy.
Yep.
Like,
And just like to fight for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
and I hate when people are like, oh, but the white shows are all trashy. I'm sorry, because the white shows are trashy doesn't mean we should trash it. This is what happened in BET. I was embarrassed, like full blown embarrassed. I was like, what the hell am I watching? Everything was ghetto, like from beginning of the award to the end. People were like, oh, but we're in the new age. I was embarrassed. I'm
So
like,
ghetto is the age.
I was
Like,
so embarrassed. Like, you, did you watch that award?
no. But now I feel like I need
Listen,
to.
I had to stop watching the awards years ago, honestly. BET, I've had to stop watching years ago because it
Yeah, like
definitely
you can
becomes
talk
it's
about
disappointing.
the awards being boring, disappointing. No, that what happened in BET this year. No, it was trash. Everybody acting ghetto, everybody dressing like, so I'm just like, come on, what's going on? It was terrible.
I only watched it because it was the 50th year of hip hop, and
You
I'm
see the
over
nonsense
50,
50 years
so
of hip hop. No Nas, no Nick Minaj, no 50 Cent, no Jay-Z. I'm sorry, what 50 years are they celebrating?
well they did. They played some old hits, they played some stuff. I enjoyed the music. I did enjoy it,
The
and
performances were lackluster.
I actually sat through the whole thing, which usually I don't do. And only a few of the artists did I not know. Most of them I knew, and I just sat through it. And times are
I knew
changing,
all of them.
and this is what people. This is what the public wants, and the people listen. I'm almost 60. So I'm now getting into the minority. This is what the younger people want. They want the tacky dresses. They want the mumble rap. They want all that stuff. That's what the millennials and the Gen Z and the Gen X, that's what y'all want. So hey, you got it. Some of the fashions were not fashioning. There was people that needed all kind of undergarments and
Did
everything
you
else.
say some?
I said
Some
some. I won't say all. I said some. But know what I said? I said go off, y'all. Do your thing. That's
all
what I said.
were tacky as
It's
terrible.
like
God.
that every year. But every I said, hey, go ahead, go off.
It was terrible. The performances were terrible. Everything was just terrible all around to me. And I mean, unfortunately, let me not talk. Let me not say my generation. Let me just put it like
No,
this.
it's your generation because my generation does a totally different thing. We
I
did
was
some
not enjoying
totally
1 minute of that. Like it was so tacky. Like it was like I was cringing. It was
Yeah,
no, no,
I think
no.
they feel like ghetto sells, and so now it's like everything just has to be like that.
well, that's what y'all like. Glorilla up on the lips doing her thing and
Lorilla sounds like a man on a week. I want women to rap and be feminine. I'm sorry, why do you need to have all this masculine energy? I don't get it. Like I want to
hey, she
sing
makes
sounding
money.
like a woman.
She makes money. I like her song FNF.
I like that FNF. Yeah, I did like it.
Her and
But she
other one.
doesn't know how to rap. Like she raps away from the beat. Maybe because I'm a rap fan, so I want you to rap on the beat. Not rapping and the beat is pushing you. You know.
Who's the other one? Dochi.
The
And
witch is
that
my
is her name
god.
Dochi? Is that her name
The
Dochi?
witchy.
Doichi, okay.
I
And
like her.
Ice Spice, I don't like her. I've never been crazy
She has
about
actually improved. This is like the best performance
really
she has had in like forever.
something about her I don't like, but they
I
all
think
go
her
do their thing.
team, they're doing really well.
Hmm.
For someone who just came out last year, I mean, just see where she is. She's doing way better than most people. So I have to commend her. Even though I feel like she doesn't know how to rap.
And I
I have
like
to
the
commend her.
Busta Rhymes when he did his thing. I like
Yes.
that.
I think that
I
was the
love Buster
only
Rhymes.
person that really gave me
Absolutely
the
love Buster.
rap.
Yeah.
I actually got some stuff that I'm working on for Love and Hip Hop. So y'all actually stay tuned for that because for those who don't know, I'm doing
Ooh.
music. So yeah, I've been working on it, but my health kind of took a turn, so I had to kind of slow down. But yeah, I got some stuff. Like I said, I'm my own artist, and then my daughter does music, so I'm working on her stuff too. But a lot of these artists, they kind of have fallen off. They all sounding the same, or what they be talking about just don't be meaning nothing. So I tune out. I tune out real quick. But some of them, they be hitting though. I ain't even gonna lie, they be hitting. Them beats be hitting. I'm like, ah. If I had them making these, I'd drop it like it's hot. But right about now, I'll let you know. I can't drop it like it's hot because I got to come up lukewarm. So it don't even work out for me.
Yeah. The industry these days is just like really hard. I'm not into it though. Even the industry I'm in, self, we're tired. We're all managing ourselves in this world till we depart. So, is there any last word for this episode before we wrap it up?
No,
No.
same as always. I just hope that they do better, and it just doesn't seem like it's getting any better. It just seems like it's getting worse. But
No.
That's all we could do.
Yeah.
I guess that's why they wanted to drag that whole Marlo versus Candy stuff. Because now we can see the reason why. So if that's it for tonight, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm so happy that next week, is it this week or next week that Ready to Love comes? Can't remember.
When what comes Ready to Love, you said?
Yeah. And I'm the one
Next
operating
week.
the page. And I'm just like,
Next week,
whenever I
ready.
come.
Next week, Ready to Love on the
Why they
7th.
move it from Thursday? I thought they wanted to do the whole Thursday thing. It would have actually made more sense now that I'm looking at it.
Because I think they moved it to Thursday because they thought that show The One was really going to take off, but then they saw that it really didn't. So that's why they kept it on Friday.
They should have left it on Thursday. Like I thought about it and I felt like it made sense because we have Bell Collective on Friday. So how are they going to do the time? Because Bell Collective is taking the 8 p.m. slot. Except they are going to move Bell Collective to 9 p.m.
I don't know. Maybe they thought about it because of that. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know.
To me,
Maybe
it
Bell
makes
Collective will end soon. Like I really don't know where it's going to at this point.
I don't know what episode is Bell Collective on.
Let me see. Let me check
It
my
must be
phone.
like maybe 5 or 6. It's not.
Like we've not really gone anywhere. Is the point? Let me see. We're on episode 6.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing. Maybe
Oh,
they'll
I'm
move it
saying they
to.
should have left it on Thursday
Yeah.
because it made more sense being on Thursday.
I don't know what they're gonna do. They make no sense when they make the decisions.
Honestly. So, anyways, thank you guys for coming
You
tonight.
are welcome.
We pray for a better
thank
episode
you.
next week.
Okay. All right.
Talk to you
Bye,
guys.
ladies.
Okay, bye bye.
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 Thank you. Bye.